Hello everybody and welcome to Reed's Reads Spider-Man Crawl Space Edition. Please check us out at the SpiderManCrawlspace.com. Well everyone, I'm here to review part 1 of Nick Spencer's final storyline for Amazing Spider-Man here with Sinister War Part 1, Issue 1. And I had a digital copy here. I just got back from a kind of a small vacation, so I've just got my little catch up with some of my digital reads. So let's get right on to issue number 1 of Sinister War. So first of all, the pros. The storyline just gets right into it. There's a nice build up at the beginning leading to Mary Jane's movie premiere, all the characters set up, Otto Octavius ready to go, the Vulture ready to go, and of course Kindred behind the scenes. And of course everything kind of unfolding as Doctor Strange confronts Mephisto about, of course, everything else with the Brand New Day one. And it's really well because Nick Spencer is really bringing all the little pieces he's been building for the last 3 years of the storyline and just kind of gets to it. Once we have the Sinister Stick breaking in to get Mysterio and the Savage Six attacking, it's just like all craziness just happens. It's well done from the character interactions, the reasons why they want Mysterio, the fact that Mysterio actually is being used to save Mary Jane, and we're starting to see some of the points that Kindred is really trying to do with his increased areas here with the Sinister Six as well as the Savage Six. So it's really nice, as well as how Nick Spencer brings things that happen in the Amazing Mary Jane storyline, things that happen during Hunted, and of course earlier parts of the storyline. And the action and artwork by Mark Bagley is really good. There's a couple of panels where it seems to be like the dialogue is not matching what's going on in the panels, like one time where Peter's wondering where Mary Jane is and she's right exactly behind him, or a couple takes where a couple of the face features aren't quite working, but otherwise it's not really much to complain about. It's really well done. It's a really engaging story, and I really like how everything is going on and all the character moments between Peter dealing with the members of the Sinister Six, the fact that he knows Kindred is somehow behind all this, and of course we get to my thing. And also the conclusion also brings some very interesting things up at the end of issue 1. That's the only cons I really have for this too. When Peter wakes up and he's in with Harry Osborn, he sees Kindred and everything else and sees all the different things at the mausoleum with the fact that Norman Osborn's unconscious and some other weird things have been going on. He's a little confused on what just happened. So of course as a reader too it is, because when all of a sudden the cliffhanger comes with all the Sinister Forces, including, you know, the Foreigners group, of course the Sinister Syndicate, and of course members of the Kingpin's group and the Superior Foes are all there, and Peter's kind of like, what just happened? I kind of got knocked out, now they're all after me. What happened to Norman? Why are there 2 Harrys? Wait, what's going on here? So it's very engaging, but it's also a little confusing to the reader, and of course it will tie into the regular Amazing Spider-Man issues, which is what this is all working on, where a lot of the stories unfolding in the Sinister Wars miniseries, and of course the rest of it's being explained, like what happened to Norman, exactly how the Foreigner gets to where he is, and of course how the Sinister Syndicate is really fits into all this, as well as with the Kingpin and Boomerang and so forth. So it's not a lot to complain about, except for a couple confusing panels, and of course the ending where all of a sudden Peter, just like the readers, kind of like what's going on, and everything apparently happened why, as they say, the lights were out. We have to, of course, turn in to Amazing Spider-Man next week to figure out what happened. But always, I'm going to give this issue an A+. It is really, really good. I love the writing, I love the artwork, having all the supervillains in here, some of my favorite ones, as well as how the pieces are all kind of been falling into place and everything, and the fact they're actually picking up some story threads that were kind of left over from the Amazing Mary Jane since the series didn't end because of COVID and low sales. So it's really nice to see how that's all going to fit in, as well as start answering some of these mysteries as we find out by the end of the issue, where of course Doctor Strange realizes that Peter made some sort of, and Mary Jane made some deal with Mephisto, but he doesn't believe that Peter would ever sink that low. And of course the final cliffhanger saying, oh, but shall we take a wager, Stephen? So, very interesting. So to the team there working on all this with Sinister War Part 1, an A+. Well done, gentlemen and ladies. So on that, guys, I think that's going to do it until Part 2 here, where we find out exactly what was going on in those mausoleum pictures and everything for Part 2 of Sinister War. So, on that case, guys, check us out on Discord and as well as our other social medias here, of course, on the SpiderManCrawlspace.com. For more information, please check out our podcast as well as webcasts. And for more information, remember, SpiderManCrawlspace.com. Just look for the amazing logo and you will find yourself in for a treat. And on that note, everybody, I am out of here. I'll talk to everybody later on the Crawl Space.